and Prestige is the proud media sponsor of Manchester's Jimmy Kilrain Kelly.
Here we are with Jimmy Kelly, new WBO Intercontinental Champion. Jimmy, how does that feel, mate?
Feels good, just glad the fight's out of the way. Just looking forward to having a couple of weeks off, back in training for the next date now.
Do you have a date yet, or is that something you can talk about or not yet?
Yeah, I've got a date in mind. I just have to speak to obviously Lee, manager, to see what he's got in mind for us, where I can announce it. But yeah, it'll be before the end of the year anyway.
In regards to Saturday's fight, how did the preparation go with the opponent getting made last minute? Oh well, not last minute, but a couple of weeks before the fight. Does that affect your training? Does that affect your sparring partners?
It didn't. You know, we always prepare and try to tick every box. You know, like me, Dan Endersley, my dad, Morris, Jono, you know, all the people who were involved in the training. We all had like, you know, we all train hard anyway. But as soon as the opponent come round, we just tailored it for last week of sparring. Like I said, on the night, it was just a bit of a nightmare a night, because we were gloved up, ready to go. But obviously with the TV slot, they just had to change us. So from being on at 9 o'clock, I was on about 11:30. So it was just hard because I was already up, knowing I was like hyped and ready to fight, to have it to come back down to get back up again. It was a bit hard emotionally, but you know, I'm just happy that I got the win.
With your opponent on Saturday, could you do much research on him? Was there much footage out there for you to look at before the fight?
Yeah, he had quite a lot of experience and a lot of good fights over in Argentina. You know, he's known for being a tough fighter, but quite dirty as well. You know, he proved that on the night. Like watching a few of his fights, I knew it'd be a tough night, and that's why I prepared for a full 10 rounds. And I got my first 10 round. I went for the distance for the first time, 10 rounds, and I was more than happy with it. It ticked another box.
You mentioned there about him being dirty. We noticed a few times that he spat his gum shield out, he spat towards you. When you put him down on the 10 count, he purposely spat his gum shield out to get extra seconds. Did that disrupt your fight pattern and how you wanted the fight to go?
It did and it didn't. I think when he spat his gum shield out, you know, it did give him extra time, and I think that both times he was badly hurt. So I think if he would have stuck within the rules, I would have finished him. But you know, it is what it is. It's experience. He spat his gum shield out, and I just had to go the rest of the distance and just box to the points win. But it's just going to stand me in good stead for the future. You know, not everyone's got to, you know, got to be that easy to take out. And obviously he was difficult, and he was a good survivor for the fight, and you know, fair play to him.
So the two previous fights to this one, you finished your opponent within 3 rounds. Now you've gone the full 10 distance. How invaluable to your career is getting them rounds in the bank against someone who was as tough as him? Because you put him down twice and he just kept coming back and back. Yeah,
I learned loads from the night. Like I said, it's just valuable experience, knowing that I can do the full 10 rounds at a hard pace with a tough opponent who keeps coming forward. So yeah, it's just put my confidence to another level. You know, even if I can't take you out in the first couple of rounds, I'll just outbox you till the end. But yeah, it was a good learning fight, and something that I'm going to learn a lot from. There's mistakes that I made in the fight, which I'm well aware of, and that'll be put right, and I'll just keep moving forward and improving.
It's been mentioned by Liam Smith that you've called him out. Have you called Liam Smith out, or is that just you aim to be at the top? Liam Smith's at the top, and you've said that before. Is that something you're looking to go towards, that world title, and how soon?
Like I said, the thing is, I knew that Lee would win, and he looked fantastic the other night, and it was a nice gesture that after obviously he won the world title, he come in the changing rooms and shook my hand and gave us a hug and wished me luck for the fight. You know, which is, you know, it said a lot about him to me. I've got a lot of respect for him for that. But the thing is, like I said, Liam's a world champion now, and a lot of people in the world are going to be in the same boat. You know, and my aim is to be world champion. If Liam's got the belt, you know, it'll be Liam. If that John Thompson would have won it, it'll be that John Thompson. That's obviously, I'm not saying him there yet, but that's the direction I'm heading towards, and sooner rather than later I'll be in that position where I'm ready to challenge for a world title, and fights like the other night put me in good stead for that.
So what's next for Jimmy Kelly now? Is it just to defend that belt
Yeah, it's defend my WBO Intercontinental against a good opponent, and just keep chipping away and moving towards world level. Like I said, I'll speak to Ensley and Danby from the training side, and I'll speak to Lee Baird, and I'm sure that everyone will come up with a good plan for the next defence, which will be before the end of the year.
Thank you very much, Jimmy, and good luck in the future.
Thank you. I'd just like to say thanks to all the fans on the night who came to watch me and stayed late. Obviously it's past everyone's bedtime, but everyone stayed behind and showed fantastic support. Thanks to everyone who watched on who was at home supporting, with the tweets and the Facebook messages. I really appreciate it. Thanks to everyone who's put the work in for training. Like I said, Ensley, Morris, Dan, John, my dad. Thanks to everyone behind the scenes, John, Kerry, Arthur, all my sponsors, everyone who's been there, Dave Copeland, all them sort of guys. Thank you very much for helping me towards winning this title, and like I said, first defence will be coming soon, so keep a lookout, guys. Take care.